Okay, weighted index numbers. Index numbers is a fairly straightforward chapter, so I'm just going to go through a couple of examples. Right, something for you to think about when we talk about index numbers. Let's say last year, so year one, 10% of pupils fail maths. Let's say in the second year, 20% of pupils fail maths. Okay, so if I want to talk about my failure rates, do I say this is a 10% increase because 10% plus 10% is 20%? Or do I say it's a 100% increase because 100% of 10 is 10 and 10 plus 10 is 20? Just have a little think. Now, of course, they're not, both are actually correct. Okay, but you've got to be careful with the way you hear stats because a lot of politicians will say they've had like a 100% increase. But let's say that they saved £1 last year and this year they've saved £2, and they can say 100% increase. Or let's say they saved £1 last year and this year they've saved £10. They could claim that it's a 10,000% increase. So you really got to be careful about it. Technically, 10% we call it an absolute change, and 100% we call a relative change. Okay, just something to consider. Right, first thing you need to know, and I'll be honest, I ignore what all these means, and the finite differences are not needed in stats. If you do economics, you might need to know. But retail price index, consumer price index, and gross domestic product are all different types of index numbers. So if you see all these and you see the index numbers, you've got to remember they're related to a base year and the change from that base year. Okay. Right, we also need to know what weighted index number is. You need to know this formula. So write it down because it won't be shown on all the slides. So you need to remember what weighted mean means, okay, which we've done previously, so I'm going to explain to you again. So let's do it. Compute the weighted index numbers for 2000, 2001. Okay, so we're using 2000 as a base year, and the quantities in this situation are the weight. So what we need to do first, we need to work out the current weighted mean price of 2000 and 2001. And then we just use the formula to substitute back in. Pause the video if you think you're smart enough to do it. I'm going to keep going. Right, so my weighted mean, if you remember, you times the prices and the quantities, and you divide it by the amount. Okay, so I'm doing 10 times 20, 8 times 16, 5 times 10, 4 times 7. Yeah, I add them all up, which is 406. Now there's 53 I've got by adding all the quantities together, which makes this my weighted average 7.67. Okay, I did exactly the same for 2001. So I did 12 times 22, 8 times 18, 6 times 11, 4 times 8. Added all of these together, which is 506. 506 divided by 59, which is 22, 18, 11, and 8 added together. Yeah, which gives me a weighted average of 8.58. Then I just substitute into the formula. So my current weighted mean price will be for 2001, because that's essentially would be the current year in this instance, divided by the base year, which would be the 2000. Okay, so 8.58 divided by 7.67 times 100 equals 111.86. That's approximately because I rounded, so that's a weighted index number of an 11% increase. Okay, now question, go see if you can work it out. Just be careful because the tables are laid out a little bit different to the previous example. Right, let's do this then. Okay, so I've split the tables up just because it's a little bit easier to work out. For the weighted average, I'll just times these together. So 15 times 500 is 7,500. 18 times 590 is 10,620. 22 times 590 is 9,900. Adding them all up to get 28,020. I added up just my production to get 1,540. I divided to get 18.19. For 2007, okay, I did the same thing. 20 times 600, 23 times 640, 24 times 500. Added them together and then divided it. Okay, and I've got to use my formula. Okay, so the current year is going to be the 22.25 divided by the 18.19 times by 100 because it's a percentage, and I've got 122.31. It's not a 20% increase; it's a 22% increase. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. I'm not re-recording that mistake here, but